August 8th, 2016 meeting of the Caldwell County Board of Education is called to order, and we're certainly happy that you are here. You are indeed welcome to come at any time that we have meetings. And school started today. If you're early college or middle college, school started today for the students. And had a chance, along with Dr. Stone, to stop by both today. And things seem to be running quite smoothly there. If you are a traditional school student, you still have 3 weeks. School starts on the 29th. Teachers report back on the 18th. But anyway, the summer is drawing to a close here, and whatever part of summer you still have left, we hope you enjoy it to the fullest. At this time, I'd like to call on fellow board member Linda Coffey Greer to do our invocation for the board.
Thank you, Chairman Pennell. And speaking of school starting soon, we'd like to reflect upon our coming school year, our school bus drivers, and the safety of our children. Each year we have accidents, and we need to all keep that in mind and think about our staff, our teachers, and we'll have a moment of silence, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Greer. We're going to move along here. On the agenda, we have the Pledge of Allegiance, and tonight we have 2 students. They are 3rd graders at Baton Elementary School, Myers and Austin Judd, and they are sons of Emily and Austin Judd. So if y'all come over here and everyone rise, if you will.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you, Myers and Austin, for being with us tonight. We appreciate that. Next, we have the approval of the agenda, which the board has had opportunity to review. Do I hear a motion we approve the agenda as presented?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion passes. Next is the approval of the minutes. On July the 11th, 2016, we had a regular session that day, and we also had a closed session meeting as well, and the board has had opportunity to review the minutes of both of those meetings. And by the way, that was held down at the early college, and we do appreciate their hospitality down there. Do I hear a motion that we approve the 2 sets of minutes from July 11th, 2016?
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve both sets of minutes from the July 11th meeting.
Is there a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And motion passes. And next on the agenda is public comment, and as of 4:30 this afternoon, we had received no public comment. Next is the announcements, upcoming meetings. One being our board meeting that will be here at the Education Center, 6 o'clock, and that'll be on September 12th, 2016. And the board will be taking part in the North Carolina School Board Association district meeting. That'll be District 7 meeting, and that'll be on 28th of September 2016. And I do believe that's Allegheny High School this year. So we'll be in Allegheny County for that meeting on that day. Next on the agenda is our honors and recognition. The board's going to move down to the front here, and Ms. Libby Brown, Community Relations Director, will lead us in this phase of our agenda.
Chairman Pennell, board members, and Dr. Stone. 3 South Caldwell High School students were able to attend the National Beta Club Convention in New Orleans, Louisiana, this summer in June. And we have them here tonight. All 3 of these students are here with us, and even though school hasn't started, I'm very proud to see that they are in attendance tonight. And they're so sharp dressed students, and whoa, they look nice. All 3 placed in their respective areas. Sophomore Lexi Bell placed 4th in the general science competition, and junior Bailey Gillen and sophomore Justin Faulkner placed 5th in the special talent competition for their vocal duet of the original song, Loved. So we have Lexi, and we have Bailey, and we have Justin, all representing South Caldwell High School Beta Club. And they had to actually, go ahead and stay up here, one good picture, Lexi. They had to actually place 1st, 2nd, or 3rd at the state competition to qualify for the National Beta Club competition. So we're very proud to have nationally recognized honored students in our presence. So thank you for being here with us before school starts.
That song that they sang was the one at the awards. You remember at the
Yes,
that was the one that they sang.
that's right. That's what, oh, beautiful. So we can see why you won an award at the national level. So very good. Yes, very proud of you. So we have, can you do pictures?
And after this, you can tell us what you like best about New
Oh, well, congratulations. What a perfect way to start the school year. Yes, and their principal is here, Chad Smith. So thank you for being here. What a great way to start the school year. Thank you.
And we do appreciate y'all being here tonight. Thank you so much. Very proud of you. And we'd also like to recognize the troop here from the Boy Scouts. Would the leader want to tell us what group we've got?
And introduce.
From Hudson's Troop 241, and we are here as part of the Citizenship in the Community Marathon.
Okay, good. You want to introduce?
They can introduce themselves. They're
Okay.
Stand up, guys. Go ahead.
My name is Kyle Handy.
Wait, you got to tell us what school you're in, and because I know you're middle college, because you started today, you told me. All right.
Middle college, ninth
And the other troop leaders back there? Nobody gets out of this. I'm sorry, guys.
I'm Nolan Clark Jr., one of the adult leaders of 241.
I'm Terry Handy. I'm one of the adult leaders also here with my son.
Chris Baker and Aaron.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. At this time, I'd like to turn the floor over to our superintendent, Dr. Steve Stone.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the board. We have tonight Ralph Presswood. So Ralph, if you want to come on up. Ralph is the executive director with the Caldwell County Chamber of Commerce, and he wanted to make a presentation to the board. Ralph is doing a phenomenal job at the chamber. They're going to miss him when he decides to retire for what, the second or third time around?
Right. When I find my next career.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Stone. Chairman Pennell, board members, and Dr. Stone. Back in January, you provided or gave the, presented to the Chamber a proclamation recognizing that Caldwell County was celebrating its 175th anniversary. And tonight, I want to give you a little momentum back as a keepsake. And if you'll just pass those down. we've had a fairly low-key recognition throughout the year so far. If most people have noticed, take a look at High Brighton Mountain. We do have a 175 number displayed on High Brighton, and it's amazing how many comments we've had from around the valley, even down in Catawba County, saying, "What's that 175 doing up there?" So we have had some recognition. But two things I want you to be aware of. Uptown Lenoir, across from City Hall, there is a display in the windows there of that Kaylin Horn with the city and some of the ladies put together to display a lot of the items that have been collected over the years. Now, most of those items came from the Caldwell Heritage Museum. So it's a good time for field trips this fall up to the Heritage Museum, and the museum is always very accommodating to students who can make it up there. But that's where a lot of the collected items are displayed. But we do thank you for your recognition, and I'm going to leave a bag of some more of these decals, keychains with Miss Brown, so she can pass them around to some of her folks. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Let me just mention, we usually allow the group who chooses to go home for dinner or whatever to leave after we do recognitions. So if you want to leave, now would be the appropriate time. Certainly, you're welcome to stay for the duration of our meeting. We don't expect to be here for very long, but you're welcome to leave at this time if you so choose. Dr. Stone?
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, I've got one action item, and that is a revision to the early college and middle college high school calendars. Originally, when the calendar was presented to the board, there was some confusion about the date, and then the community college ended up changing slightly some of their schedules. So in order to accommodate the early and middle college with the community college schedule, we would like to move what's currently on the calendar, October 13th and 14th as planning days, to move those to October 10th and 11th, which will align with the community college calendar.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we move the planning days for the early and middle college from October 13th and 14th to October 10th and 11th as requested.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Any comments? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Dr. Stone. Next, we have Dr. Trish Johnson, Associate Superintendent for Human Resource Services.
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, and Dr. Stone, I have several items for your attention this evening, beginning with Exhibit 2. Exhibit 2 includes usual and customary personnel items for your information only, requiring no action. Exhibit 3 includes usual and customary personnel items that require your approval. I respectfully recommend approval of these items as they have been presented to you.
Chairman Fiddle, I need to be recused from the vote. I have a family member on the list.
Okay, do I hear a motion that we approve the usual and customary personnel matters as Dr. Johnson has presented them?
I move that we approve the usual customary items as presented.
Second.
Any comments, questions? All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you. And the final item can be found in Exhibit 4, that student transfer request for the month of August. Since your last board meeting, we had 35 requests for student transfers. Of the 35 requests, 32 of those meet established criteria. I respectfully recommend approval of the 32 students. If approved this evening, that will bring your total approved student transfers for the 2016-17 school year to 394 to date. I respectfully recommend approval of these transfer requests.
Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead.
I move that we approve the 2016-17 student transfers for the month of August as presented.
Second.
Any comments, questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Dr. Johnson.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is superintendent announcements. Do you have?
Yeah, you about stole my announcements, but we did have a very good opening, and I'd be interested in your opinion, but a good opening of the middle college and early college today. We talked with the principals of both, and they had 100% of the freshmen showed up, which is always a good sign. Things appeared to be quiet, moving along well. The community college also started back with their staff today. I think their classes start next week, so good opening. Was that your assessment? Okay, all right, there you heard it. So our traditional students will be back on the 29th. We're in the process of hiring staff now. I know most of you know that North Carolina is facing a severe teacher shortage and will be even worse in the coming years. So we'll be looking at more and more lateral entry positions as we go. I've said this a million times, but we're very fortunate to be close to Appalachian State University and for them to have such a wonderful teacher prep program, teacher education program. So we will not feel the burn that a lot of school districts across the state will feel, but it's coming, and certainly will be something that we have to deal with. The schools of education say their enrollments are anywhere down of people going into the teaching profession from 20 to 30%. So it's going to get harder and harder and harder. But we are going to have you fully staffed as much as possible when those school doors open with highly qualified teachers in place. So Tricia is working very hard to get that done. And Mr. Chairman, when we go into closed session, there will be no action taken when we come out.
Do I hear a motion that the board go into closed session?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we go into closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143.318.11A3.
Second.
Any comments? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? We will be in closed session. We do not, as Dr. Stone indicated, expect any action afterwards. So you're welcome to stay, but we will be gone for a period of time. A little while. Have a great evening.